Caitlin Clark fans are making a Stephanie White realization that can't be ignored. Caitlin Clark's return Wednesday from her groin injury that kept her out for 5 games wasn't what Indiana Fever fans hoped or expected. The team dropped an embarrassing loss at home to the Golden State Valkyries, 81-60, falling below .500 yet again. Anyone who observed the game knows that the loss wasn't the only negative part to take away. It was how they lost the game that was very eye-opening. Clark finished with just 10 points in the team's most atrocious loss of the season. As a unit, the Fever shot just 30% from the field, a season worst. The game got off to a quick start for the Fever after they jumped ahead early on a deep 3-ball from Clark. She started 2 for 3 shooting, keeping fans on the edge expecting a massive comeback game. Things quickly shifted for them once the Valkyries tightened up on defense, forcing sloppy shooting and creating turnovers on the Fever. There was seemingly no catching up for the Fever after halftime despite cutting the deficit to 5 after forcing several Valkyrie turnovers. It was clear there were no adjustments made at the break as the game plan was the same, or at least it appeared this way. Clark was on no sort of minutes restrictions in her first game back, but head coach Stephanie White was cautious in how consistently she was remaining on the floor. Another way to easily understand this, Coach White didn't want Clark's shifts to run too closely together. Caitlin Clark's lack of offensive control should concern Fever fans. Caitlin Clark finished 4 of 12 shooting in Wednesday's loss to the Valkyries. She played in just under 25 minutes in her first game back, but her lack of control of the offense should leave Fever fans concerned. Way back into Clark's collegiate days, she has been the offensive facilitator. This game plan shouldn't change going into the WNBA. In her second year in the league, the now 2-time All-Star has to be the quarterback of the offense. Stephanie White has to allow Clark to put up as many shots as possible for the team to have continued success and a strong chance to close out games. In a situation like today's game, for example, when the Fever are down double digits late, the ball has to reach Clark's hands and stay there. She was seen sharing the ball too often, and as the team's deepest threat, she has to be the one putting up a majority of the shots, especially when the deficit is that large. Clark plays her best in a fast-tempo offense. Clark likes to push the other team down the other end of the floor, forcing them to make quick decisions, and give the Valkyries credit, they were very efficient at this against the Fever. One point about Clark being a generational player is that she makes her team better. If she is thriving and playing well, it's inevitable that those on the floor with her will too. Every team's scouting report when playing the Fever involves shutting down Caitlin Clark. But the Fever are a much more balanced team when she is given the freedom to control the pace and tempo of the game. Clark was the train at Iowa, playing under Lisa Blutter's quick-tempo offense. She thrives in this game plan, always has. Yes, the Fever have several sharp shooters on their roster that are plenty capable of carrying a larger load which can take pressure off of Clark, but success is less likely when the star player is fitted into a one-dimensional system rather than the system fitting around the star player. White's style involves slowing things down and allowing the plays to evolve, but the consequence of consistently running this scheme results in limiting what Clark can do. The competition won't get lighter for the Fever, with a quick return to action against a deep Atlanta Dream team Friday at Gainbridge Fieldhouse.